You just did you just wake up? Okay, I'll say goodbye and let you go back to sleep. I miss you. Uh, a whole bunch. I miss you. I like a whole bunch. Mwah. So how was your sleep? What time did you get home? Because I went, I don't know, what you did or what, but I went, what was it? It was about 10 after 9 when, when we finally, hung up, and I went to bed, went to sleep, and I slept until, I don't know, it was like around 12:30 or something like that, which would have been like, 12:30 in the afternoon for you. And I turned the camera on, and you weren't in your room. So I don't know whether you had went downtown or was this at like the CR or doing your laundry or what. But so I didn't know how late you were, how late you were up or whatever and stuff. So because I had turned your camera on, and you weren't in your room, so I figured, well, she's either went downtown or she's doing her laundry or whatever. So you didn't even do anything. Did you take a bath? Well, you didn't do your laundry either. Well, when I got up and went to the CR at around 12:30, I turned your camera on and you weren't in your room, so I didn't know where you was at. I didn't know if you were doing your laundry or if you were just in the CR or whatever. And so, I just figured out you're probably doing your laundry or you went out for a walk or whatever. And so I went back to sleep. Then I got up at, actually, I've been up since 4 o'clock. I've been up for 2 hours. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, I watched them this morning. Yeah, I watched them. Then what I'm saying is that when I got up at around 12:30 to go to the CR, I turned your camera on and you weren't in your room. So I didn't know if you were outside doing your laundry or if you were just, in the CR or what. But at 12:30 you weren't in your room, so I figured, oh well, she's probably doing her laundry or something. So I turned the camera back off and went back to sleep because I didn't know if you were, I didn't know what you were doing, so I just figured, well, she's probably doing her laundry or so I just turned your camera back off and I went to sleep and figured, oh well, I'll see her in the morning. Yeah. No. I see you. Peekaboo. Peekaboo. But I got up and I got up about almost 2 hours ago. I got up at like 5 minutes till 4. I woke up and I decided, well, I'm gonna get up because I went to bed, just after 9 o'clock. So 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock would have been 8 hours. So I so basically I slept, a little after 9 o'clock until 4 o'clock, which was, about 7 hours. And so I got plenty of time to make up another hour. So, and actually I only slept from, you know, from midnight to 4 a.m. is only, for the 24 hours I'm on right now. I've only actually slept, 3.5, maybe 4 hours for this 24 hours, from midnight on. Because, it's just after 6 o'clock now. So yesterday's done and over with. So I'm on a new day now. So, but yeah, I'm scheduled 7 to midnight today. And, they got a produce order in yesterday. So I'll probably be working on, putting some of that out, in display, the produce display today. So I'll definitely be out there by, at noon today. So I'll be home a little after 12 o'clock for midnight your time. And you might be up, you might not, it depends on how tired you are. Mm. Actually, I sit like that all the time. I'll be sitting here, just watching TV or whatever, and I'll just rest my face in my hands, and just sit here and watch TV like this. I do that all the time. Mm. uh, then I put my camera in the window, and I've already, I, are you trying to be Star Trek now? You're trying to be like Star Trek? Yeah, that's the that on Star Trek, the TV show that from way back in the '60s. That was the that's what Mr. Spock, that was his way of communicating, you know, with people and stuff. Oh, excuse me. They're back there. It's not easy because it's like it's like these two fingers don't want to stay together. It's hard to do it. I mean, you got these two, and then these two won't. They just won't stay together. You release it, and it goes and it springs apart. Oh, mm, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Mm, I love you. So much. Forever and ever noise. Mm-hmm. Whoa. He's still back there somewhere. He keeps hiding. There's a black squirrel going up the sidewalk out there. But yeah, I put the camera in the window and I went in, on my phone. I went into it, and turned it and, you know, make sure that it, was lined up and everything. And so, so when I get ready to leave, all you have to do is just, spin it around and you'll see me walking. Yep. Nobody or nobody or nothing that's going to break us apart. Nope, ain't going to happen. They can People can try all they want, but it ain't going to happen. Now, see, when I get there, hon, I can take my hand and cup it, and and I'll hook it into your hand. Instead of using our own hand, I'll cup it into your hand, and I'll just dare people try and separate us. Just try. Okay. When you're pointing and stuff, I stop talking. Hon, let me ask you a question. Does everybody, obviously your sister knows, but does everybody else know that you're trans? Okay. Yeah, I didn't know if everybody knew it or not. Yeah. So everybody, that lives around there knows. Okay. Okay. Now, how many people know about me? I know your sister knows and stuff, but I don't know how many other people around, that live right around you or beside you or above you, you know, or people that live in the other building. I don't know how many people know about me. 4 other people know that live there or know about who I am. That, yeah, that's, that's 4 people in your building. But then there's that other building on the other, when you walk out, there's another building there. I mean, so it's just one building, but it's like it's all connected. Yeah, yeah, okay. But no, what I was asking is, does everybody know that you and I are a couple? You know, does everybody around there know, or is it just the people, just where you live at? Okay, okay, okay. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So two, that's five. Plus you is six, would make six. Yeah, there's five, and plus you would make six people. So not counting you, there's two there, and one there. So that's five. So that's five people plus you would make it six. Okay. But you were saying that they asked, when like when you have your phone outside or whatever and stuff, and they obviously, if somebody walks by and sees me on the phone, yeah, 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 okay, yep, yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, I just didn't know whether, I didn't know whether people were asking you or how many knew, that who I was and stuff. Yep, you're tired. I'll let you go back to sleep. Well, it's 6:20 now, so I'll be leaving in like about 15 minutes is when I'll be leaving. And then you can go back to sleep. Yeah. Oh, you'll put them in the soapy water and let them soak and stuff. And then while they're soaking, then you'll go back to sleep for a little bit. Yeah. 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 Okie dokie. Yeah. I have no idea. Yeah. 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 Right. Mm. I want to kiss you so badly, on so badly. I want to kiss you in real life. Hmm. Now, when I'm, huh? When I'm there, when I'm there, you don't have to. I'm just asking. When I am there, will you will you be showing me where you live at while I'm there, or will you be showing me your room? You don't have to. I'm just asking because we'll be staying at the hotel during the time I'm there, but will you be showing me your room while I'm you know there with you? It doesn't matter to me. If you don't, I'm okay with that. You know, it's entirely up to you whether you do or not. And if I don't see your room, that's fine. I won't get upset as long as I'm with you. That's all that matters. Yeah, 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 yeah. It makes no difference to me whether I see your room or not. It doesn't. As long as I'm spending every day with you, that's all that matters. Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine with it, and if I don't see it, I'm okay with that too. It does not matter to me. Yeah, it's okay, hon. Now, like when you meet me at the airport, whenever once I buy my ticket, then I'll know exactly when I'm supposed to be there to be arriving at the airport. And, you will, you said you're going to be bringing the, massage chair with you to, then we can take it to the hotel. The problem is, that thing is huge. And so it's going to be awkward you know, unless you put it in, put it in something or whatever, to transport it, because you'd have to bring it to the airport, and then then we would take it from the airport to the hotel. But for you, it's a big, bulky thing for you to be, you know, carrying it with you to the airport. Yeah, like when you meet me at the airport in August, once I know when my flight will arrive at the airport, then I'll let you know, the flight number, what time I'm due to land, and everything. But you said that you were going to be bringing the massage chair with you, so that means you would have to lug it all the way to the airport, and then we would then when once we see each other at the airport, when we leave there, we would be taking it to the hotel with us. But you know you would have to take it with you even if you had to, got on a Jeep, to go to the airport to meet me, you still have, this, that massage chair. It's not like it's a little thing, it's big. So, that means you'd have to lug it all the way to the airport. Yeah. Yeah, because I know that when we leave the airport, we would have to take a taxi or a Jeep or whatever it is to the hotel. So, but I just didn't know if you were gonna, you know, if you're, if you take a taxi, you'd still, it'd be easier for you on you to bring the massage chair with you, on a taxi rather than just carrying it as you're walking down the road. So, yeah. But once I buy my airline ticket, I will know, what time my flight is due to arrive in Davao City and what the flight number is. So you can look on, the big board, for under arrivals, and it'll give like the flight number, and it'll tell you what gate, that I would be arriving at. That way you can be standing out right outside where I'd be walking out of, after I get off of the airplane, you would be right there waiting for me, you know, rather than standing somewhere and we'd have to be searching, like, where's he at, and looking everywhere. That way you'll know exactly where I will be coming out at, in the airport. Because, I'll give you the flight number of what flight I will be arriving on and what gate it will be arriving at and what time it's due to arrive in your city. That way you'll have all the information. Yep. So, I mean, I'm hoping that when I get my next paycheck, which will be Friday of next week, I'm hoping that I can take and buy my airline ticket out of that because before I leave on Sunday, August 9th, you see, I'll have three paychecks between now and the time I leave on August 9th. Because my third paycheck will be that Friday before I leave. So, I get paid this coming Friday. Well, not this Friday, but Friday of next week. Then I'll get paid 2 weeks after that. Then again, 2 weeks after that, and that third paycheck before I leave on the 9th will be 2 days before I leave. So I get paid on August 7th, and I leave on August 9th. So, so primarily that paycheck it'll be direct deposit into my bank, but I'm going to leave most of the money in the bank from that paycheck, and then that'll be my spending money like while I'm in Davao City with you. So that way I'll have plenty of money in the bank, and and then we can have money to do whatever for you and I to eat out and now I don't know now do you know whether or not, because the Philippines is a big tourist attraction, so there's a lot of visitors that are there all the time, from whether it's from the U.S. or other countries or whatever and stuff. Do do the places like can I use American money to pay for stuff, or does it have to be in your, or will I have to buy money in your, you know, money, pesos to pay for stuff there? So I don't know whether I don't know whether they take American cash or not. Yeah, I would have to go to like a bank or whatever and stuff and exchange, you know, my American money for your currency, for your pesos and stuff. That way, when we go out to eat or whatever we do and stuff, or to buy stuff, we will have your pesos and stuff to pay for stuff. I'm assuming places take American money because they get the Philippines, I'm sure, get a lot of American people that are come to vacation or visit there or whatever. So I'm sure places take American money, but but I will, when I'm there, I would just transfer. I would withdraw money out of the bank and you know, you know, exchange it for your money and stuff. That way we have, your money while I'm there. Oh, he just keeps sneaking up on me. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I gotta get up. I gotta get my jug and put ice in it and stuff. That's the only thing I haven't done. I've gotten dressed and everything else and moved the camera, and I gotta get my red jug and put ice cubes in it and stuff. So I'll be right back. Okay. Answer your ding. Yeah, I heard it ding. Actually, huh? Oh, I guess it was mine. Something came through an X. Something about like an advertisement or something. Malarkey stuff. I very rarely get anything on X because there's only two people I follow on X. One is you, and another one is it's a girl. She lives out in Las Vegas, Nevada, which is out way out there by California. And she used to live in Florida. She used to live in Alabama, and she moved to Vegas. Then she moved back to Alabama, and now she's back in Vegas. Um, she's a transsexual, and I have known her. I've never personally met her, because she is from Alabama, but you know, I don't, I don't talk to her or anything like that. I just follow her because I have followed her for years, and I just, look at when she posts something on X or whatever, and but this thing that came through on X right now, it says something about two goth girls, whatever that is. I have no idea unless I actually clicked on the notification, I wouldn't know what it is. So, but the girl that I follow, her name is Nikki. You don't have to worry, hon. You're not being replaced or or nothing like that. It's just somebody that I have followed for years, and she's the only one on X other than you that I follow. Huh? The word what? What about what word? Load? Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to go because it's 6:37 anyway. So I'm gonna have to get going because I got to go pick Melanie up, and stuff before to go to work. So, but yeah, the girl I follow, her name is Nikki. It was Nikki Jade. Can't even think of her name now. It's Nikki Jade something. And I have followed her. Have followed her long before I even, met you and stuff. And I don't talk to her or anything like that. I just follow her on, X, which is Twitter. But and the only time I ever see anything is when she posts something on, on Twitter itself, and she don't even do that often. So because she, like I said, she's out in Las Vegas, Nevada, which is way out there by California, and so, but you're number one in my life, so. Okay, hon, I gotta go. It's 6:39 now, so I might have to get going. So, because I gotta leave, go get in my car, go down get Melanie, drive back up to work and stuff. So I will talk to you later. You might be up when I get home, but I will be safe. Yes, I will. And if you go out, you be safe too. Okay, hon. So, okay, one, two, three. I love you, sweetheart. I really, really do. Okay, hon, I gotta go because, like I said, I gotta go because I gotta pick Melanie up. So you just have fun in whatever you do, your laundry, out walking, whatever. Just have a good time, and I will talk to you later. So bye bye for now. Okay.